Hello everybody, welcome to the first game in the Strike the Balance Every Game Counts tournament. This is going to be the AOC Balance tournament. And let's introduce the players. This is the round of 128, by the way. We have Classicpro on the top left playing as the Chinese, and AngelinaJolie playing as the Aztecs. Both these players are almost just right about 2K rated, so this should be a fairly close game. It's very unusual here. It's not going to be unusual for this tournament, I'm sure, because this tournament promotes these settings, but it would normally be pretty unusual here that we have an Aztecs-Chinese war. Now, if this was Age of Conquerors, you'd go, Aztecs, well, they're the best civ. They have all the best bonuses. All their military production buildings create the fastest. They must clearly be the best civ here. Not necessarily the case. We have a lot of different balance changes coming in to strike the balance, and I won't be going through every balance change because I'm sure I will confuse you, the viewers. But I'll go through the ones that are relevant for this game, and we'll do that for every game here on out, and we'll go just step by step. So anyway, this is an Aztecs-Chinese war. What kind of changes have we seen to the Aztecs in the Strike the Balance patch? You can go to their tech tree, Aztecs. So, same bonus here. Military units created 15% faster. I think that's mostly the same. Plus 5 HP. Here's a big difference right here. Start with plus 50 gold. Now, normally the Aztecs, they start with loom for free. Now, the reason this has been changed to plus 50 gold is because once the Aztecs, once the opponent's, the player that's not the Aztecs researches loom, is because they get a 1 villager advantage, which really helps out the Aztecs economy, if you think about it. So this way, it forces the Aztecs to research loom, which means they don't go that 1 villager ahead. So just a slight nerf to the Aztecs. I don't think there were very many other nerfs to the Aztecs. Their monks don't create as fast, but that's not really relevant, and the Jaguar warriors have plus 5 HP. Again, not too relevant in this situation. But otherwise, the Aztecs are the same Aztecs we know and love, and we'll discuss all the general changes once the game gets started. So a very strong civ. Aztecs, they're one of the best on Arabia. Now the Chinese, a little bit different. We can see it a little bit in this point of view of Classicpro. As you can see, the Chinese town center now gets plus 5 line of sight. Used to be a Tudin's bonus. Makes a lot more sense for the Chinese though. So now they can have a much better start. So that in itself is a big bonus. That could be, you know, on half the games, that could be a half a villager or a villager advantage that they are able to maintain now because they don't have to worry about having a bad start anymore. So big advantage for them. They also get 10 extra wood in the start. Again, helps their Dark Age out a bit. And in the later game, they do get bombard cannon, so it helps their late game army composition. Other than that, that's about, what, 3 bonuses for each of these civs that have changed a little bit. Really only one that is relevant. Otherwise, this is just your classic AOC matchup. So with that, we could talk a little bit about the maps. We have a forward berries for Classicpro. He's got a side gold here. Gold looks to be in a good position because I think he can wall in through this way. Can wall on the left side. And can wall on the right side. I do like Classicpro's map. He has chosen go for back lumber line, and it looks fairly safe from my point of view. So I do like his map. Let's go to AngelinaJolie. He also has a back gold and a backwood. However, it is a little far from his town center. Might be a little vulnerable to crossbows, but archers shouldn't have enough range to hit that. And there's a back berry. So both these players, I think, have a fairly decent map. A little bit of a hill for AngelinaJolie, but I think he can manage with this map. It definitely gets a lot worse as far as Arabia maps are concerned. This map looks pretty fair, pretty good, I might say. And what strategy should these players be going for? The thing you have to game plan against whenever you play against the Aztecs, you have to game plan against the 5 militia drush. How do you deal with the 5 militia drush? Do you 5 militia drush yourself? Do you wall heavily? Do you go scouts? Do you just try to ignore it? We'll have to see what Classicpro's strategy is going to be. Now, a drush can be a little bit hard to pull off with the Chinese because of how hard of a start they have. But again, you know, balanced patch might not have as hard of a start. But the classic option for the Chinese is usually going to be the Scout Rush. Edit the name. I think I got the name wrong. Let me go back for a second here. Angelina. Oh, I misspelled one part. Give me a second, sorry. There we go. Aztec doesn't always have to drush, that is true. That is true, Milmano. But more often than not than you expect them to drush. You can really throw off an opponent by not drushing. That goes to the importance of scouting. However, in this case, it looks like the Aztecs will drush. And Classicpro will have to game plan against that somehow. It looks like he's going to go for a scout rush. Yes, he is. Now, this is where the importance of scouting comes into play. AngelinaJolie wants to watch... Oops, sorry. Classicpro wants to watch when these militia leave and where they go. So he's going to have to be quick here. He wants to scout AngelinaJolie's map very quickly and then go back to the barracks before the militia move out. And also, might want to see how many farms his opponent is seeding, because a fast castle is, of course, on the cards for the Aztecs. And you want to know when that's coming in. So we're about at 9 minutes now, and here's the 5 militia. Here we go. They're going to move out now. Angelina's scout is going to come right around. I think he should spot these militia, which is precisely what he wants to do. And AngelinaJolie is going to secure his map on the right side. We can see players developing the walls on their map currently. And... oh, Classicpro has seen that the flags have gone out, so he knows the militia have moved out. He's lacking a little bit of information as to where those militia exactly are. Bit of a scuffle with the Eagle Warrior here. And here's that barracks. We should see the stable come up right now. A little bit late. And... ooh, a lot late. So this stable should be going up at this point. Here comes the militia. The militia are going to take the long way to the right. Classicpro has not seen where the militia go in, so AngelinaJolie, he's going to try to be as sneaky as possible. And I think he's aiming for this villager. He has seen it with his Eagle Warrior with that scuffle. So he knows that he can potentially pick off this villager. Now Classicpro's gone with the Spearman. He knows the Aztecs aren't making any sort of cavalry, but I think he wants to fend off this drush a little earlier. Interesting, interesting. And there's the Feudal Age for AngelinaJolie. The notable thing about him is he's fully walling his map, and he's got all of his farms up. That means he's going to go for a fast castle. Now here comes the militia, unseen. Completely unseen by Classicpro. And he's going to have a hard time defending this off. I wouldn't be surprised if he loses a villager here if he stays in. But already, 3 villagers not collecting wood. And here we go. So the Spearman's going to try to help out the best he can here. But he's just a lonely Spearman. He's going against the Eagle and some militias. Apparently the club is greater than the spear. But not too much damage coming into AngelinaJolie. Sorry, into Classicpro. And now he's going to go over to this this wood. So not too much damage, but at the same time Classicpro is staying at home. Very important here, Classicpro doesn't necessarily know that AngelinaJolie is going for a fast castle, but he could probably feel it. Oh, and there's a hole. There's always a hole. And it's closed. The hole is closed now. I hope you held off your there's a hole emotes. So this is the advantage that the Aztecs can have. They can just go for this drush, keep their opponent busy, and then go for the fast castle. So while this is going on, let's check AngelinaJolie's resources. He's got plenty of resources to work with. And here's the big fight. Let's see how many of these units go down. 1 scout going down for Classicpro. And it looks like all the militia will get picked off just for 1 scout. I think that's a pretty decent trade. And there we go. Now Classic Pro should immediately move out, retask these villagers. And a little bit slow getting these buildings up is AngelinaJolie. Maybe he was microing that fight. So we're saying just tiny mistakes from each player. No player right now, I think, has a significant lead in this game quite yet. And 2 ranges for Classic Pro. He's probably going to go into an Archer Skirmisher mix. And there we go. Now, Classic Pro won't be that long to clicking up to the next stage, I feel. He has plenty of farms, plenty of gold to work with, just to go straight into Archers. And he's going to wall the left side here. And there's the Castle H for AngelinaJolie. So he's going to go with 2 ranges. A little bit slow, I might say. Even got a tower on his wood line to make sure no towers get up. And let's check his resources. Now, one of the notable balance changes that is going to come into effect here, the crossbow upgrade has been increased in price. So it's going to make it quite a bit harder for AngelinaJolie to afford crossbow and bodkin arrow here. So it nerfs this fast castle strategy quite a bit. It's much easier to afford once you've had a full fleshed out feudal age economy. So you can call that an indirect nerf to the Aztecs here. And we've already seen the Aztecs power this matchup. So I think it's a well-designed nerf in this case. But either way, Classic Pro's trying to be annoying. He's going to force a villager to repair here, but no big deal. And let's see how much that increase in the crossbow upgrade really makes a difference here. We can take a look at AngelinaJolie's resources and see if he can afford the crossbow and bodkin arrow upgrade. And possibly the bow saw upgrade. Those are the 3 big upgrades you like to get as soon as you age up. And this is a sneaky play for AngelinaJolie. Classic Pro's actually not paying attention with the scouts. One of the nice things about scouts is you get to scout your opponent. However, just by doing this, he's just forcing a villager to wall. This is much more important than idling that villager, I feel. So there's crossbow, bodkin, arrow. Not enough resources for bow saw yet. And here these guys go. Now, they won't have an easy time getting through this wall, but they can hit this wood line. And where do those archers for Classic Pro go? I'm not quite sure. They're back in the middle of the map. They feel that the opponent's coming in here. Let's go over to Classic Pro's point of view. He's about ready to click up to the next stage. He's not that far behind, I might say. I think he's feeling something right here. He pulls off his left lumber line, and there we go. Oh, that was a lucky hit. That was a lucky hit. So 1 villager down for Angelina. For a Classic Pro, I keep mixing up their names. Ooh, this is risky. He's going to get right in under these archery ranges. He doesn't know how many units are in here or whether these are skirmishers or not. But Classic Pro's not going to ungarrison. Now, some of these gold miners are a little bit vulnerable. It looks like that Classic Pro has plenty of gold stockpiled, though. For better or worse. So the most important thing in this game right now is going to be that military count, because the villager numbers are basically the same. Military count is 16 for Classic Pro and 14 for AngelinaJolie, so just about even here. So a very close game at the moment, I might say. And I've been paying attention to the upgrades. AngelinaJolie still hasn't been able to afford bow saw, I believe. And otherwise, everything is pretty even in this game so far. Here comes the second wave. AngelinaJolie's made the decision to go for the siege workshop here. He will be able to pressure this gold as soon as he gets through a layer of these walls. and perhaps pressure the town center and the archery ranges. The question is, does he have enough army to support this? And the military numbers are very close here. It's going to be 18 to 20. No, 20 to 20. Oh my god, he's going to go with the palisade trick. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Wow, what a move. He took the villager all the way from his base, all the way over here just to do that one trick. Completely fooled me. However, is this going to be a big mistake? This could potentially be a big mistake for Classicpro. Sorry for AngelinaJolie, the amount of times I mix up the names here. Because Classicpro does have a sizable army. Now, AngelinaJolie's going to try to hug this hill for whatever it's worth. And already two kills for Classicpro. So 3 to 1. This is going to be the second one down. No, he's going to mix in there. I hate when that happens. But a second wave's in the back. We should see a sandwich. University is a very interesting choice here. Looks like Classicpro is going to lose a few villages here. One villager down. It's going to be a second villager down. And that could have been a little bit worse, but still not great. Oh, and she goes down. 3 villagers down. So that's 4 villagers down total in this game for Classicpro. However, he is getting ballistics. I found it curious he went for the university over the siege workshop. Basically, university means you think you're going to preserve your army, which luckily Classicpro has. So we're going to have an upgrade advantage for Classicpro in this situation. And it's a very interesting stage in this game. Actually, villagers' numbers are the same, despite Classicpro losing 4 in this game. And military numbers are heavily in favor of Classicpro. So you tell me if that engagement was worth it. We have a second town center and a university going up for AngelinaJolie. Looks like he's about to prepare his third town center soon, right about here. And with that, Classicpro should move out. He's getting a late horse collar. However, with that Chinese farm bonus, not the biggest deal in the world. It's still something you probably want to get earlier, though. And Bowsaw for Classicpro. I'm going to check really quickly here. Has AngelinaJolie gotten Bowsaw? I haven't seen it yet. He has, in fact. And Siege Workshop for AngelinaJolie. It means he wants to get defensive here. Now this is a little bit of a snowball effect. Classicpro has just so many more archers. He's able to take any fight he wants. And he's got ballistics too, so he's going to win this fight pretty heavily. More archers going down for AngelinaJolie. This is an absolute disaster for him. And this is exactly the situation you don't want to be. Getting a very expensive upgrade like ballistics, and you have no crossbows left. Or not enough to justify the upgrade. AngelinaJolie is going to go with the Siege Workshop. It's more resources he has to invest. I think Classicpro is clearly in the driver's seat this game. But one thing that could be in AngelinaJolie's favor is he is playing as the Aztecs. Later on in the game, we'll have to see how strong those Eagle Warriors will be. And going later into the game, I assume the Chinese may want to switch it up either into those champions, which again have more movement speed now, or into knights to counter out those eagles. I mean, look at this. Take a look at the KD. It's 33 to 13. That is an insane KD ratio at the moment. And Classicpro is going to retreat here. He's going to take a few losses because ballistics has been done. We have 3 town centers for all of our players, I believe. Yes, we do. Villager numbers 4 ahead for AngelinaJolie. So despite the score difference, I think this game is actually much closer than the score would show at this point. I think the strongest part of the Aztecs game is going to be that early Imperial, that Eagle Warrior Flood. And we are getting into that stage in late game. We're not seeing a whole lot of military from these players. I don't even know if Classicpro's even making any more archers, is he? He's making a few more. But he has to be anticipating these Eagle Warriors coming up pretty soon. Once AngelinaJolie clicks Imp. Now, Classicpro's going to have to deal with these two mangonels, and I don't think he can deal with two mangonels with these heavily injured crossbows. He's just trying to find some villager kills. AngelinaJolie's got his town center in a nice position here. I don't know how much he can get. Oh! Close one. Now, I find this upgrade very interesting. He's getting Thumb Ring here. That's a heavy investment for crossbows. And Classicpro's gone with the Siege Workshop on his own. And he's getting Leather Archer Armor, so he's feeling like he wants to push right now. Which is an interesting decision, to say the least. He feels like he could do the damage. I mean, he's gotten the kills, deaths so far this game. So far, his crossbows have paid themselves off multiple times. I can see why he'd like this. He can also try to take this hill. With those mangonels, he's got to avoid a big shot here, though. And you can see AngelinaJolie doesn't have +2 either. And officially, these Chinese archers are now much stronger than these Aztec archers, with the Thumb Ring and +2 armor. Here's the barracks for AngelinaJolie. I'm not sure if that's for Eagles quite yet. Oh! Big fight! Gonna take out the mangonel. So AngelinaJolie's gonna click up right now. The question is it too late? Here comes another mangonel. Nice! Oh, bit of a miss there. And he's gonna get the mangonel, which is what he wanted. But is this enough damage to justify those upgrades? Here's the Imperial Age for AngelinaJolie. He's switching it up into Eagle Warriors. Keep a close eye on AngelinaJolie's resources. He needs about 800 and 500 for the Eagle Warrior upgrade. Oh, and this could be a huge mangonel shot. Oh my gosh! All the crossbows going down. Second shot, another big shot. Oh my gosh. Are these going to be the two mangonel shots that change this game for AngelinaJolie? It could potentially. He's going to win this fight also. This was a huge loss for AngelinaJolie. Sorry for Classicpro. God damn it. I should just call him yellow and blue. But this is a huge loss for him. I mean, AngelinaJolie's able to take these golds in peace now. Take the stones in the piece, get these barracks up. And I don't think all that investment into the crossbow upgrades were worth it if this is how it pans out for him. Now Classicpro is going to have a different game plan here. He's going to have to switch it up either into Knights or Champions. Now I personally would probably go Champions in this case. He's going to choose to go Cavalry. The reason I would go Champions is because I think Champions are a little bit more cost efficient against Eagles. And because, of course, they now have the increased movement speed, so you might as well make use out of that. However, he's going to choose the Cavalier line, the Knight line, if you will. And we'll have to see how that works out for him. And here we go, AngelinaJolie has plenty of resources in the bank. Has not made any Eagles quite yet, though. And at this point, he doesn't even have to make Eagles. He could go Champions also if he wants. He's going to go Eagles, though. And there we go, Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade coming in. So we're going to see Elite Eagles versus Cavalier. Both these players have similar economies. Let's see who wins. Classicpro's going to have a completely defended map. He's got stone walls up, in fact. Good decision by him. So take your bets. Who's going to win here, Cavalier or Elite Eagles? And AngelinaJolie's got a castle coming up here, too. There comes the Eagle Warriors. They're not going to find... Oh! This is a bad play by Classicpro. He needs to move his knight out. He doesn't want to let his opponent see his upgrades. Because if I was Classicpro, I'd want my opponent to play a guessing game whether I'm going champion or cavalier. But he hasn't seen it at this point yet. Oh, and I was about to say, is there a hole there? So here's cavalier. And pikemen coming in for AngelinaJolie. One of the weaknesses to the Aztecs can be heavy cavalry, because they don't get the halberdier upgrade. But then again, the Chinese don't exactly get paladin either. So pikemen might do in this situation. But certainly not as good as Hal. More walls coming up. It's still open here. It's still open! No, it's not open. What am I saying? You can never tell in this game. Plate Barding armor, cavalier. We can compare the stats a bit. 60, so double the health for, it's gonna be over double the health, actually, for cavalier. 4 extra attack, 2 extra melee armor, but then again, much more expensive on the food. And now we're seeing some pikemen getting added in, too. Let's check how much gold that Classicpro has to mine. He's got this big mine in the back. We'll take a look at his gold count. It's pretty decent. And he's currently housed at the moment. He's going to move out now. He's going to meet some of these pikemen head-on. Garland War's coming in. That's a big upgrade. Helps to even out this attack difference between Cavalier and Elite Eagles. So the most sizable difference between these two units is going to be the cost and then the HP difference. But overall, this is a lot more attack power than these Cavalier can dish out. There's just much more units here. We're going to have Garland Wars come in. And was Cavalier the correct choice in this situation? I'm not sure. Classicpro's gold getting low once again. He might have to expand out to another gold pretty soon. The nearest gold might be over here, or over here, outside of his walls. And Classicpro, he feels safe behind his walls. He's going to get a castle up here. He's going to go out for a raid. And here he comes. This should be a successful raid. All the pikemen are stuck here on the left side. He should be able to get a few villagers before the pikemen come in. Bracer for Classicpro. Interesting. He's going to go into Chuckanu, I think. Which can work. So here comes the pikemen. Pikemen are so goddamn slow that they're not going to be able to catch these Cavalier if Classicpro is paying attention. And only one Cavalier going down for the amount of disruption that he's able to cause. Look at this. Man, this is why you build camels instead of pikemen if you get the access to it. Stable below 10 HP. Here comes the Eagles, though. Is he going to be able to defend from this raid? He needs to pump out these cavalry. He's letting his stables go idle here. This could be a huge raid. And this is Classicpro's weak point right now. He's investing heavily into archer upgrades, but has cut off Cavalier production for just a little bit here. He needs a lot more Cavalier here to defend. And the raid now is getting cleaned up here. So what a big mistake for Classicpro. All he had to do was lay down these stone walls and he could have prevented this whole thing. Never underestimate the power of walls. Here comes the second castle that should help mitigate these raids. What if AngelinaJolie's castle's on the left here? I was wondering where it was. Here comes Blast Furnace. Classicpro, you gotta keep pumping out these Cavalier. There's not enough gold saturation here. Alright, so both players going to stabilize at this point. Where does that leave us? We're left at 5 villager advantage for Classicpro. And a sizable army advantage for AngelinaJolie, however they are much cheaper. And Classicpro is going to get chemistry here too. He wants to switch into Chuckanu. Elite Chuckanu with all the upgrades. I think they can do fairly decent against Elite Eagles. So we're going to see a little bit of a stabilization here. And we're going to see a Cavalier and Chuckanu army from Classicpro versus the Pikeman and Eagle Warrior army for AngelinaJolie. Now, AngelinaJolie's, he's had his power spike. He's gotten his Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade in. He's gotten a good raid in. However, late game, like late game, I don't think the Aztecs are as strong as the Chinese. We'll have to see. I mean, certainly the Chuckanu is a much stronger unit in this situation than Eagle Warriors or Pikemen, I believe. However, you have to take into account the positioning on the map. Classicpro has to expand out here. He needs to get more resources. So AngelinaJolie's doing his best. He wants to take the stone. He needs more than 2 castles here. He's getting rocketry. That's a huge upgrade. And with rocketry, they'll be able to do much more damage versus these eagles. This is a perfect combination right here. If he can afford it. Now, AngelinaJolie's going to press forward with his castle. I feel like he wants to win the game right now. You know, as soon as these Chuckanu get more and more massed, AngelinaJolie's going to have a much harder time in this game. Is this enough army to take on this army, though? There we go, rocketry now done. Man, look at how much damage these guys can dish out. That's a lot for an archer versus an Eagle Warrior. But it's not going to be enough. There's just too many units here. Too many units. Such a hard army to mass up, Cavalier and Chuckanu. And with that, Classicpro's going to have to be pushed back here. He is running so low on gold right now. He wants to get this town center up on this gold. And what's the one thing that this army composition requires a lot of? It's going to be a lot of gold. So they should be selling at the market like crazy at this point. Let's check the prices. Food and wood is completely sold out. There's nothing to sell here. And if AngelinaJolie can maintain this position, prevent his opponent from taking this gold, prevent his opponent from taking this, this gold, the stone, is what I meant to say, he can win the game that way. And as you can see, AngelinaJolie expanding out to the right side, taking this gold here. Not an upgrade you see very often, stone shaft mining. Shows you how desperate Classicpro is to get some gold here. Where's AngelinaJolie's most of his army? I'm gonna go for mangonels at this point. And Classicpro is gonna mix in some of these light cav. Onager is a great upgrade here. It's the perfect counter to Chuckanu. Remember though, Chinese do get access to bombard cannon now in this balance patch. So the key for Classicpro, once again, he needs to push out, he needs to push out right now. And he needs to defend this trebuchet with his life. If a few trebuchets go down, it could be GG for him, I think. And was that the siege workshop that was carrying Onager? No, it wasn't. This is still a fairly decent army composition, like Cav and Elite Chuckanu. Gonna take the trebuchet here. Classicpro's doing his best to push out at this point. Ooh, he needs to repair this one. He's gonna bring some villagers in. And he's gonna target the castle. What can AngelinaJolie make that's a better, stronger army composition than this? I don't know. I really don't know. Usually it never gets to this point with Aztecs. Usually you pummel your opponent in the Dark Age, and then with your Castle Age economy, and then finish them off with Eagle Warriors. It doesn't usually get to the stage with Aztecs. And at this stage, you can really see some of the weaknesses of the Aztecs' late-game army, I feel. Just Pikeman Eagle Warrior is not a strong combination. However, let's see what these onagers can do in this army composition. Can he get a few big hits here? A few big hits can turn around the game. And it doesn't look like he's gonna get it. Oh, this is close. Somehow the onager did stay up. Here comes another light cap. Gonna get a big hit. No, gonna miss. Big bada boom. No, another miss. That's gonna be a big hit though. That's gonna take off a lot of HP. Oh my gosh, big hit. And the trebuchet goes down. This is gonna buy AngelinaJolie some more time here. That's all AngelinaJolie needs to do. He just needs to do that a few more times here. That's exactly how you stay in this game. Classicpro, is he getting gold? He's just... No, he's not gonna get gold. Here, the trebuchet is gonna go straight for the town center. Looks like he has expanded to the left side. This is a big... This could be game deciding if Classicpro has access to this gold. I don't know why AngelinaJolie hasn't sent a few eagles over here to prevent this town center from going up. Yeah, lost a lot of eagles there. The thing is, AngelinaJolie has access to much more gold, though. So you can afford it a little bit more. But that's all going to change right now. I mean, Classicpro has access to this gold now. He almost has access to this right gold. All he needs to do is he needs to mass up his army. He wishes he had much more than two castles at this point? He's having a lot of trouble massing up these Chukunu. But it looks like he's hit that critical mass of Chukunu. At least for what AngelinaJolie can pump out at this point. And stay and fight! Fight! There we go. We don't have we have plenty of emotes for the onager. We don't have any emotes for the Eagle Warriors getting killed. Oh, another big hit! And another one! Oh, sloppy micro from Classicpro. This is smart though. He's going to build some staples on this left side. Going to start to raid. Let's check out AngelinaJolie. He's got about 1,000 gold left on that mine. He's got maybe 500 left on that mine. And after that, that's going to be all the gold he has access to. I don't see any other golds on this map. Oh, you gotta love the onager shots this game. The Wallers deserve to lose every game. Well, they both walled, so... Who's worse, the Waller or the Waller that walls because the other guy walled? The only thing holding Classicpro back in this situation is I feel like he needs another castle. Which AngelinaJolie has done a great job preventing his opponent from taking the stone. Let's see where these raids can go, though. And here comes the light cav. Castle coming up for Classicpro. This is going to be his third castle. Oh, this is so risky. There's 3 trebuchets here already. And they're going to set up shop already. That's a lot of pikemen for AngelinaJolie. So weak to these Chukunu, though. Raiding coming in on the left side. comes the onagers. These Chuckadoo are in a choke point. Castle will go up. Castle will go down. And that's it. Now just moving with the Chuckadoo. Trebuchet in the middle of the battlefield. This is ambitious. 2 onagers still here. And that's going to go down. This is a huge overstep for Classicpro. He's going to lose 2 castles. Trebuchet. Could lose a lot of Chuckadoos here. Speed up the game a bit. Is this finally going to be enough for Classicpro to break this? Castle is still up. The onagers are still here. Okay, onagers will be down. Let's see the Chuckadoo move in now. Castle's down. Classicpro left with 1 castle now. And some more big onager shots. These are such great shots for AngelinaJolie. And another castle going up for Classicpro, right in the same spot. Come on, let's see that micro. There you go. And kill the Trebs too. Yeah, there you go. Just get him. Come on, just get the Treb. Just get the Treb. Oh, another onager. Another big shot. Damn. Damn. Oh, I would have gone for that Trebuchet. Alright, so where does this leave us? We're still stuck here. This is the crazy battlefield. We're still stuck here. Classicpro's trying his best to clear out these light cavalry to try to raid his opponent here. It's not really going anywhere, though. 2 siege workshops for Classicpro. Siege rams could be a deciding factor in this game. And officially, we're just left with this 1 gold tier on the top side. And AngelinaJolie has 4 relics. So if he drags this game out, he can win it through those relics. Alright, we're going to see another big battle here. This is ballsy for Classicpro to take the stone, but I think it's definitely worth it. So Classicpro is going to force this fight with his Trebuchet. Bring the Light Cav in, bring the Chuckadoo in, bring the Cav-Rams in. The Cav-Rams going to get a hit off on these onagers. That's hilarious. And it looks like Classicpro will take this fight. He's got 1 Trebuchet remaining. Now, if only the Aztecs got Halb in this situation. I agree, Squeaksy. I think that champions would have been a much better option in this situation. Both these units are extremely vulnerable to champions. Especially with those buffs in this balance patch. But who knows? Classicpro might not even need it. He's going to take down this castle. Out comes more onagers. Those relics help so much. We'll check the achievements after the game. How much gold he has. It just means that he's able to afford these onagers. And castle for AngelinaJolie still stays up. Raiding on the left side has ceased. It's nice defense from AngelinaJolie. 1 relic for Classicpro. He'll be able to get a ram every now and then. And I think AngelinaJolie has an advantage here, honestly. He's got those extra relics. And he has more map control at this stage, too. Now, if only AngelinaJolie could also steal this gold. I don't know why he does it. He's got the means to. Where is Katsuni? I think Katsudi's streaming on his own channel right now. You can check him out. So once again, we're going to have another fight here. AngelinaJolie's going to pack up his treb. He's going to pressure the castle, I assume. Someone's got to make a move here. Come on, someone. Make a move. Capture Ram. They're gearing up here. Classicpro's now at 200 pop. Sorry, Classicpro's is at 160. AngelinaJolie's at 200 pop. And finally, we get to see the Chinese bombard cannon. Classicpro not making use out of these balance changes as much as I feel he should be. This is only the first time we've seen this bombard cannon. And we still haven't seen the champions. So important Classicpro protects his bombard cannon. So much gold invested. Oh, another big hit. This is why you get bombard cannons, to help take out these onagers. Oh, it's a massacre. It's a massacre. Pikeman going down to a hail of arrows. Oh, what sloppy micro.